Hello there. Getting a different view today. I'm chez moi in my lovely flat, and I've just been out on a really lovely walk. And it's been an interesting day. Last night, I went a bit crazy and had quite a lot of wine. And when I woke up, I wasn't actually hungover. I was sort of still drunk, and curiously, I found myself going back to what's possibly the most common and famous of the gay hookup apps called Grindr, and I found myself sort of reigniting my old profile and started browsing and felt compelled to look up, because he hasn't blocked me anywhere else. He has blocked me everywhere else. But felt compelled to look up my ex-boyfriend's profile with a view, actually, not to getting in contact, but to block his profile. Now, the thing is, I wrote my blog post this morning thinking, actually, that he had blocked me because I was looking at his profile and then I couldn't see it, and thought, okay, fair enough, blocked me, whatever. And not feeling particularly upset. But then later on this afternoon, he actually messaged me with, guess what? With dick pics, as you do for somebody that you were with for 3.5 years and then haven't spoken to for about 2.5 months. Bit odd. And with a quite, I don't know what you'd say, quite strong sort of message. You never know how the day is really going to go. And I'm intrigued why this happened today. But the phrase that he put was, you know that you miss it, meaning sex. No one will ever give you as much pleasure. And I just thought, of all the things that you could possibly say, that was what he decided to actually message me. And I haven't messaged back, and I don't intend on doing so. But it's interesting with the advantage of hindsight and some distance, from the relationship, what you can actually learn and how you can actually recognise what was really going on in the relationship. And it's very, very important, to trust the process of healing, of getting better. But it's also important to remember the progress, that you can make in your life, how you can make sense of the things that have happened to you, and ultimately to learn enough not to make the same destructive decisions, that you've actually made in your past. And the truth is, it is actually possible to do that. It's perfectly possible to actually make your life better, to define what it is that you want out of life, what you don't want out of life, and to focus solely on the things that move you forward, that make you happy, that are productive and healthy. Because ultimately, the biggest realization that I've made from being, particularly from that relationship, is just how much I sacrificed myself in order to make the other person happy, or just to do what they actually say. Because the truth is, with this chap, he doesn't really want to be happy. And the interesting thing was going to his profile and knowing how he actually reacts in person, to see the information that he's put on his profile is in direct contradiction and direct contravention of how he actually behaves. And it's so interesting to actually see that and to know, well, that's rubbish. That's not what you want. That's not who you are. that's not how you interact with people. And what you'll realise a lot of times in life is how many people are engaging in wishful thinking, that they have an idea of what they want to be in their head, but don't actually practice that in real life. A lot of it for most people just lives up here, but never actually in the real world. So always pay attention to what people say, and then what they put down in profiles, what they write, and if they're actually doing that in their real behaviour, in the real world, in real life. And if they're not, if they're wildly inconsistent, then run. Don't entertain the idea, because ultimately people don't change. It's very few that actually will genuinely work on themselves. I find it very exhilarating working on myself, but very challenging. And I will reflect, on why I sort of indirectly initiated contact, but I'm a curious person, and I think it's a good part of my personality. But just remember that you don't have to act on every single impulse. If it had been a couple of months ago, I would have been absolutely desperate to get in contact with this man. But now I'm actually just intrigued to see where this will go and what I will learn. So keep learning. Thank you very much. Martin Pavey here. Keep enjoying life. Keep getting better every single day. And I will see you on the next video. Ciao for now.